Hi, I'm Lisa Wetzel, and I'm an Akashic Records consultant. And if you've been following me, you know that we're doing some blippets or snippets of videos and information, however you'd like to call it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a question that is asked to me, and then I'm going to answer it through the Akashic Records.
And the question is, how does one allow the ego to be set free at this time of confusion?
The ego is a tricky one. It gets implanted into the brain, and it has developed roots that are intertwined throughout. And what I'm seeing, it's almost like a weed. Then like the ego has been planted into the brain, and I'm seeing all these roots that are just growing in and out and throughout the brain, and it's become attached. What we need you to recognize is that these attachments run deep, and as the human has been trained into believing that the ego is an essential part of one's existence, this is not so. What we want you to recognize is that there is no need for control over others or grandiose attitudes. This is only a small part of how the ego can control a human. But what we want you to know is that as these times change or that they have turned, the roots to the ego are dying. And what I'm seeing is like at the bottom of the ego's planted, and it's just like a weed. Like the bottom roots of that weed are starting to dry up. And as we allow these roots to dry up and disintegrate, the less and less the ego will control the human mind. And as we allow these thoughts that become ego oriented, you'll find yourself more in a peaceful place. The ego is an illusion that men have created in order for humans to move forward. This is not always a bad thing. However, what it has created is an obstacle for humans to be truly connected with who they are. This is the recognition that we want you to have in order for you to move forward. What the truth is that the human is conforming to the soul. The soul is becoming a part of the human heart that it has not been so before. We are allowing the shift and change in order for humans to exist on a higher realm of possibilities and discovery. What we want you to know is that the human has confined him or herself to a certain type or specific human being. And we are changing this. We are allowing the human being to become more one with the universe. And this is what we have been striving for and been looking forward to. What we want you to know is that the human being is in the existence of God, and God is the creator, and allowing one to reside on the same plane as the universe, all answers will be given. What we would like for you to know is that as the ego dissolves, the more communication with what is above and beyond what is currently known becomes more prominent. The words that are being spoken will be heard more clearly. And what I'm hearing by those words, the words that are being spoken by your guides or your sourcer, whatever that you choose to believe, that guide us through each day, which I know that I truly believe that we are all intuitive in a certain way, and it's because there's guidance that are helping us along the way. And as you choose to let go of the ego's dominance, you'll begin to recognize that there is more communication from beyond what is presently standing upon the earth. You'll be able to hear the words that are being spoken to you in a more loving, caring, compassionate way than what you've ever heard before. And this exists between the human species and those that exist beyond. So we're the human species, by the way. So, it opens up a channel of communication that will create peace upon the earth that has never been known before, and this is what we want for you. The ego is a powerful one, and it takes great strides and great pride in controlling the human. What we want all to know is that there is no reason to hold on to this any longer. As you begin to let go of what controls you, you'll begin to become more in connection of what God has created and the existence upon this earth, and you will begin to control it. Once again, this is the communication that resides between the soul and the heart. As the ego is set free, the heart and the soul begins to interact or intertwine in a way that it has never done so before. And as this is so, it creates peace within one's mind that has never been known before. And what I'm hearing now is, don't fight to hold on to it. Don't fight for control. Do not force that belief that has been created, that the ego controls. Allow it to be set free. They're giving me an example of, if you choose to control another human being or another situation, allow yourself to recognize why you are controlling this. And where is that coming from? Is it coming from your mind, or is it coming from your heart? If it's coming from your mind, it's coming from the ego. If it's coming from your heart, you know it's the truth. If it's coming from your mind, this is what they're saying that you need to evaluate and allow that control that's being created, allow it to be set free. Recognize that this isn't your true essence, that this is something else that has been created. It's not who you truly are. And once you begin to recognize what those differences are, the ego will be gradually, those roots will die. They're going to shrivel up, and they're going to end up disappearing. And then the ego can be set free, and you will be free. And you'll be allowed to live in the existence that you've been created to do so. And this is what's for you. So that's the message. So thank you guys for listening. And again, you can join me on Facebook at Lisa Wetzel, Lisa, Lisa, Wetzel, Wetsel. You can go to my website, lisawetzel.com, and Instagram, Akashic Records, Lisa Wetzel, and YouTube is Lisa Wetzel. Thank you.